Fellas, what's going on? It's 12:47, the great one. And how you guys doing today? Hey, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Share the videos. Today's video is black boys in the black community are meal tickets. Black boys in the black community are meal tickets. That is what the man's sperm is used for. Alright, there is no, I keep tell you guys again, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned, but there is no love in the black community. There is no love for us. Nobody loves the black man. Alright? And nobody especially loves the black boys. You know what I'm saying? It's the man's job. Once again, fellas, it's our job to get these young men, and corral these young men, and raise them up in the way they should go. Because I think Mr. Fantastic live stream, I think it was like 2 weeks ago when Kobe died, that they were arguing about Kobe Bryant and his mom. These females are mad that Kobe Bryant, all his money and his estates are going to his so-called Mexican wife. And all his money should really be going to his mother. See, this is what these women always thought about us, fellas. We were always the meal ticket. This is why these women could be in the hood with all these kids and not move. Because one day, one of those kids will be her meal ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, these women, it's like something in her DNA. Like, these women pick the strongest women, the strongest men, strong so-called bedbugs to procreate with. It's like it's an inherited thing. It's like something in the DNA that has these women choosing basically the strongest men, the so-called alpha men, to mate with. Because deep down inside, this woman knows that this child will be her meal ticket out the so-called hood. Once again, this is why the mass majority of your sports, your guys are mass majority, like over 70% of basketball and football, these young men, so-called African American, well, let me back up, I'm sorry. The football and basketball, you guys can look this up yourselves. These young brothers make up, I believe it's like 70% of NFL and NBA. And out that 70%, I know over 50% of that comes from single mothers. And once again, this is what these black boys are used for. They're meal tickets. There's no love for the black boys. They're just meal tickets. If they're not meal tickets for the NBA or NFL, then they're once again rap, acting, social media, whatever. They're just meal tickets for this lazy ass woman to get out the hood. Once again, I've heard stories that one lady in Chicago had like 4 sons, and all 4 of her sons were killed. But once again, did she move out the hood? No, because she didn't care. Now, I'm not gonna say all black women, this, that, and the third. I'm not gonna say all of anything. I'm just gonna lay out the facts that these black boys are meal tickets in the black community. Once again, we can look at the illiteracy rate. We can look at the scores in high school. Once again, these young black boys are the lowest scoring out of any other child, including the black girls, in America. But once again, everybody comes to the games. Everybody comes to the football games. Everybody wants to see these young boys jump over buses and dunk basketballs all day. But when it comes to academics, nobody gives a damn. Once again, I seen the young man who got a scholarship to think Tommy Sotomayor was talking about this when a young man got a scholarship to, had a couple scholarship chances, couple scholarship offers. I'm sorry, and I think it was to Alabama, I believe it was Florida, and it was Tennessee. I think those was his top three. And once again, these schools are the top as far as football wise. Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida are like the top schools among college football. But once again, the young man, his mom wanted him to go to Alabama because probably more likely they were going to pay her. They're going to pay her out, right? They're going to pay her out, and that's what your sons are used for, just for a payout. Just for a payout. Nobody really cares about what they become in life. Nobody cares about the academics. Nobody cares about who will they become, because 9 times out of 10 they'll probably terrorize the neighborhood, sell drugs, and the drugs they sell, the drugs that they sell, 9 times out of 10 is gonna go back to their mama. And this is what life is in the so-called black community. Your children are basically held hostage in the black community until you give up the goods, until you go somewhere and you make millions of dollars. That's the only way you can lead the black community. Going to these hood and these ghettos, once again, you got, it looks like a zoo. It looks like a zoo. And nobody cares about these boys. You got young boys out here chilling, sitting around, not doing nothing in life. Nobody cares. But once again, we're not even talking about Black Lives Matter and all that dumb stuff. Once again, nobody cares about the black boy. But once again, with the system of SYSBM, once again, we're going to save our black boys. The men are going to save them. We're not going to rebuild anything. We're going to save those who want to be saved. There's brothers right now that are doing the good work in these so-called neighborhoods and these different places. Once again, I say it all the time, these young black men have the most talent out of any other group of people on the planet. Even the black girls, they are running laps around everybody as far as talent-wise. But we just use the talent for entertainment purposes only, because nobody cares. Nobody cares if Little Boo Boo got shot. Once again, it's like, think about it. How is it that, I think a report, was that last year sometime, young man was sitting in this car in Memphis, I believe this was Memphis, Tennessee, or like North Carolina or something like that. Young man was in his car, got shot 5 times and survived. And the young man who shot him had his car in his driveway. So when the police go to confront him, I guess he comes out with a gun or whatever the story was. I might be getting it wrong, just paraphrasing. And basically the cops kill him, right? They kill him. So the cops kill the bad guy, and everybody riots. So everybody riots for the bad guy, but doesn't give a damn about the good guy. So the guy was in his car. He deserves to get shot 5 times. So that means if you get shot 5 times, that means somebody's trying to kill you. Shot once, I got it. Twice, okay, bang, bang. Okay, cool, I got you. Hit him twice. Boom, he slumped over, he hurt. Boom, you get him out the car, you take the car, you go on. But you get shot 5 times, that means somebody was trying to kill you over your property. But nobody rallied for him. Where was his GoFundMe account? A young man was in his car, and somebody shoots you, it tries to kill you over your property that you're paying for every month, and don't have the common courtesy to lease. You could have took the car to the shop, got it repainted and all that good stuff. Nah, you didn't give a damn. You took the car and you parked it in your driveway, and you didn't think the cops was going, like, yo. Fellas, SYSBM is the standard. It is the standard for brothers. I'm sorry. There is no more rebuilding anything. I'm sorry. Like I said, our sons, your sons, lucky for me, like I said, I had a father who gave a damn about his kids, and who works hard to this day. He's been at the factory, the one factory since high school, since 70 something, 40 something, I don't know, 45, 46 years, whatever. So once again, if I need something, my dad, has my back. He's invested in my company, in my business. Like I said, love my mom, but like I said, my dad was the one who really raised me. Like I said, my mother wasn't bad. She's just emotional, just like a lot of women. But my father put the instructions to how to be a man. I grew up Christian, so I had that Christian, that righteous kind of foundation. But then, as I got older, I found my own way. But once again, at least I had that structure. My father was on all of us. Like I said, I got two other brothers. None of us has been in jail. All of us both my brothers are married. My oldest brother is, he has 2 white wives. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really didn't care. That's, that was his flavor. So it was what it was. But once again, my father made sure that we were good and instilled in us the virtue and the discipline and how to be, he raised me how to be a man, how to be a man, a righteous man. We didn't talk about, like I said, we never had a conversation about women. That was never a conversation about females and getting pussy and all that stuff. We never had that conversation. But like I said, this is what righteous men do. Once again, they're constantly in their kids' lives, making sure they are good. You know what I'm saying? Because parents are supposed to lay up an inheritance for their children. But children are not supposed to lay up inheritance for their mothers or their fathers. That's not what you do. You don't raise children so they can turn around and take care of you. Once again, if a lot of these black women were married, you wouldn't need your child to be your meal ticket out the so-called hood. Because you will have a husband there to be working hard to make sure that you get the life that you really want. Like I said, 70%, let's say over 70% of, ABWs in America are single mothers. So once again, there is no family dynamic. There is no building anything. There's just mediocrity all day. And we, the black men, are the generators, are the machines that is keeping the black community afloat. And now it's time for the thinking so-called black man to roll out. Take your hard hat off. You've been rowing this black community machine for centuries, in decades and centuries. It's time to take your hard hat off, get up from the machine. It's time to roll. Ain't no 2-week notice. You ain't got to let nobody know you rolling. Just roll. You ain't got to tell mama. You ain't got to tell all your cousins and all that. No, fellas, it's time to go. Once again, we're not gonna be the meal ticket of the black community anymore. We're not gonna be the meal tickets for mediocrity. Once again, people are coming. Once again, all these white folks are coming to the hood, and you got a lot of these women propping their daughters up and giving their daughters to these men, and because I can make her a superstar, and you don't know what these people are doing behind closed doors with your child. But once again, this little girl, this little boy is your meal ticket from your mediocrity because you didn't work hard. Come on, fellas, this is straight, this is straight demonic, man. This is straight demons, fellas. We dealing with real live demons, man. And we just, and a lot of us were in La La Land, just kind of in La La Land, and mother's man, mama don't love you, fellas. Grandma didn't love you. At least nowadays. Maybe grandma back 40, 50 years ago, yeah, but grandma now? Nah, bro. Grandma now like 35. Grandma like 28. Fellas, I'm just saying, man, it's no more meal tickets, man. No more meal tickets. The black man and the young black boys will no longer be a meal ticket in the black community any longer. Whatever you want, sisters, you gonna have to go get it. Sorry. Once again, it's time for fellas. I understand it's hard out here, especially semen retention. I know it's hard out here. You want to stick your meat into something. I get it. I get it. But man, listen, if you're gonna listen, fellas, let's be honest. If you're going to we're talking about Stargates, especially those who practice SYSBM, right? The philosophy of SYSBM. You guys are gonna talk about getting quality Stargates. Then fellas, if you're gonna get a quality so-called Stargate, then you gotta save your money, man. You gotta go to where the quality is. Let's just be honest. When you step outside your house, normally normally what you see is you don't see Maybachs, you don't see Bugattis, you don't see the AMGs. Once again, normally when you step outside your house, you see Bob's Used Car Shack, or everywhere you go, you see Bob's Used Car Shack everywhere. If you want a Bugatti, you got to go to the Bugatti dealership. See, I know there's some Bugatti sisters out there, but once again, that's a needle in a haystack. And you can wait around for that if you want to, but nine times out of 10, you're not gonna get it. So once again, fellas, you got to travel a little bit. You got to go to where the quality is. If you want a BMW, you might have to go to Germany. Wherever Bugattis are made, I'm pretty sure you probably have to go to that country. You might have to go, like I said, I had a homegirl in the military who bought a Mercedes when she was in Germany. She went to the factory and bought that Mercedes. I don't know if she bought it straight off the line or whatever, but she went to the manufacturer in Germany. Was it Germany or Belgium? I can't remember. But she went to the actual car dealership and she bought her Mercedes straight from the manufacturer. And the same thing you got to do, fellas. No more meal tickets. Once again, let's stop waiting around. What the brothers say in the Bible: why sit we here until we die? Fellas, why are we waiting around in the so-called black community, in these black spaces, basically waiting to die? Come on, man. Look at the STD rates amongst your women. Amongst us, period. Once again, the STD rate is astronomical. There is no reason why you should be sticking your meat in any one of these women. Especially in these major cities, man. Like I said, DC is sky high amongst AIDS and herpes and all that craziness. Like Atlanta is putting a lot of these countries in Africa to shame. Like, fellas, are you really having sex with these women right now? Shoot, just even get some head is probably dude, these women should have biohazard suits on. Like, dude, these women have vagina of mass destruction, brothers. These women have the breast of mass destruction. Women have mouths and lips of mass destruction, fellas. These women are a walking biohazard. And you fellas are sticking your meat in this crazy nonsense? Fellas, go travel, man. You have to go. Listen, if you're a quality man, then you deserve a quality female. You deserve that. Stop going to Bob's car lot that's right outside your house and be like, oh, that's quality. No, it's not, bro. These women out here got hundreds of thousands of miles on them. Once again, these waiting till they mid-30s to get married and all that stuff. Once again, like I said, fellas, get something. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. I've been to Japan. I was in Japan for 6.5 years. I've been to Kuwait. I've been to Qatar. I've been to Korea. I've been to China. I've been to Germany. I've been to Cairo. I've been to Ireland. I've been to Jamaica. I've been to Toronto. Fellas, there's a lot of quality out there, and that quality is checking for you. There's no reason. Once again, everybody is observing what we're going through. Everybody sees us. Everybody sees us. Like I said, when brother Kobe Bryant passed away, fellas, and when the women jumped online saying that craziness, fellas, the world is watching us. We are must-see TV right now. And the thing is, the world's going to see how we're going to handle these wildebeests. Like I said, man, the war has been raging. The war has been on for a long time. We're just now coming to the front lines in 2020. There were some of us on the front lines that were fighting and things of that nature. But 2020, like, a lot of us are waking up and stepping to the forefront. You know, getting your Gears of War armor on and your guns, because like I said, man, shots have been fired. And they've been fired for a long time. You know, this is what I call SYSBN, the prodigal son movement. Because once again, there's a lot of filth. Black community is just a bunch of filth, man. Filthy neighborhoods, filthy hoods, filth, man. Every time you go to one of these places, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I love my people, but once again, you can tell you can tell where the black community is, because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be filthy. Let's just be honest. You can see when something's ran by like one of us, and there's a whole bunch of us, like I said, you just see a whole bunch of filth. Like I said, there's no point of rebuilding. There's no point of doing anything. It's just time to roll, fellas. Like I said, we are not the meal tickets for the ABWs anymore. We are not meal tickets. It's over. So once again, pack your stuff, pack your bags, your businesses, and move on. Just create your own. That's what great, that's what being great is to me. Producing your own, creating your own reality. That's what greatness is to me. Once again, you're not working hard to get a career. Now you're going to make careers. You're going to make your own schools and your police officers and judicial system. Once again, you are your own entity, and that's what it has to be from here on out. We can't go with the old regime, because these people don't give a damn about you. If you're not producing, if you're not producing on their type of level, then they're gonna try to kill you. That's just what it is. If you're not producing on their level, you're not doing what they tell you to do, then once again, if somebody's about to come see you. So once again, step away from that whole situation, create your own reality, be great. Right? Be the greatest version of yourself. Don't let anybody tear your dreams down, all that good stuff. Anyways, I'm rambling. Like I said, fellas, we are no one's meal ticket any longer. Once again, you guys like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day. Peace.